Alright everyone, welcome back to Tall Tales Custom Tackles. It's been about 8 days or so. I've been extremely busy, so I really didn't have time to. It's like Tuesday now, I think. Yeah, my days has been running together. That's what happens when you work night shift, because you go in, it's say you go in, it's the Monday night, you get off, it's Tuesday morning, that type of crap. So anyway, so it's easy for your days to run together. Plus I have, like I say, I've been so busy this week and really haven't had, well, I've had time to do stuff. Like I say, I've just been extremely busy. But anyway, I needed to get a video out. I would like to have got one out over the weekend. I say it's Tuesday now. I was just real busy and didn't get around to it. So anyway, I'll give you some updates on some stuff, and we'll make, I'm thinking I'm gonna try out, I'll probably make a little bit of a mix stuff, I got a little craw pincher mold for my ecto craw. I got the 4-inch ecto craw, which I love that bait, that mold. I use it a lot. It's got a really good action to it. The claws flop really nice, and I mean, it works good on a jig. It's just a good all-around bait. But anyway, there was a guy on one of the Facebook groups. He had the claw mold for it, and I mean, it was in pretty much almost brand new looking condition. I mean, it looks good, and technically I could have bought a brand new one off of Angling AI for, I think, about $5 more, but he was able to ship it the next day, and I've been wanting to try one out. So I was like, well, all right. So I bought it, and like I say, a few days later I had it. So versus waiting a month for it. But anyway, I'm thinking I'll pour some claws, in a couple of different colors maybe, and then make some ecto crawls, and probably throw something else together. Might do some stick baits. I really don't know 100%. I mean, what I plan on doing, honestly, I'm not gonna mix up no fresh plastic right now, because I've got a ton of plastic over here that this is like all black and blue stuff, some mixed up sprues here that will go in a sprues like that. Most of them I got boxes I throw them in, and then later on somebody just wants some old sprues to melt down, I pretty much send them to them. They cover shipping and a couple of dollars for my labels and stuff. Then anyway, so I think we're just gonna use some of this. I'll show you what I have going on. I had a decent size order come in, 1,500 of the 3 1/4 inch H craws, which is it's an amazing bait. I need to get another one of those molds so I can knock out 18 at a time instead of 12, because when you knock out 12 at a time and you're doing it, heating the plastic up in the microwave, and it just takes a lot of time. I still don't have my shooting star system. I'm hoping they will contact me in the next few weeks and say, hey, we're ready, and send me an invoice so I can go ahead and get it, because like I say, I definitely would have liked to have had it for that. Anyway, I did 750 of this color right here, green, trying to get where you can see green pumpkin with blue mixed in. 250 of the sapphire, blue sapphire, and of course 500 of these. And like I say, it takes a little bit of time. I done them, then I had a small order, which, well, this pink right here on the front is extras. I had an order of these, you know, with some pink tips. Anyway, that's one little order, but that took me a little while to get that order done. And while I was at it, like I say, I went ahead and shot some tips. So that's why I say I might just show, you know, making some of those for myself, pretty much. Well, I don't need that many, but anyway, there's 40 tips there, so I'll make up a batch of them and see what they look like. I'll use them. One other new addition, I did put me a fan up there, and when I'm running a lot, you know, I can angle it, you know, change the angle, and what it'll do, it'll blow on me, plus it'll help push the, you know, the fumes out that fan right there. Or I can turn it around with the door open and, you know, have it blowing out the door. That's pretty much how I had it yesterday. Mostly it's just blowing out the door, and that, because you can turn it up and it moves a lot of air. Anyway, I'm gonna quit running my mouth, and what I'm gonna do is go ahead and I'm gonna pause the camera for a minute. I'm gonna cut some of these up and throw them in the microwave, and that'll give me a couple minutes, you know, to get my air vise, everything set up, and we'll start shooting and see what we come up with. I already know I got a good idea of what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna laminate the blue sapphire over the green pumpkin blue. I think that will look good, so I know I'm gonna do some of those. I'll probably honestly do some of those in that speed worm, because man, that speed worm makes a great bait, so I'll probably do some of that. Matter of fact, I might just line up a few molds and see how many I can shoot with it. I mean, my dual injector is only 12 ounce, you know, 6 in each barrel, so it ain't like I can do a ton of molds, but we'll shoot what we can. And like I said, I'm gonna make a couple runs with them claws. And anyway, we're gonna shoot multiple molds. This video might be longer than what I anticipated, because I've already burnt 9 minutes running my damn mouth. And anyway, I'm gonna pause you and we'll be right back. All right, I got a couple molds loaded up. I melted the blue sapphire and the green pumpkin blue down. Let's see if we can get you angled where you can see a little bit of what's going on. All right. I've done a lot of colors very similar to that. I mean, that combo right there is pretty close to a blend of Okeechobee craw I have. But you know, I've done this color a lot with like a watermelon color. I don't think I've done it with exact green pumpkin though. Green pumpkin with the micro blue. That color actually turned out really nice. Like anybody that knows me knows I'm not a real, I mean I use it, but knows I'm not like a real big die-hard fan of just using like a lot of the pumpkin and watermelon colors, because everybody uses pumpkin and watermelon. I mean, it's so personally I like switching it up and making, you know, unique stuff for myself to fish with, but at the same time any given day I'll use any of it, because any given day you can throw any of it by a fish and he's gonna grab it. So anyway, that there I believe is gonna look pretty good though with that, because it's got that micro blue flake, you know, in the green pumpkin. So I think that's gonna look pretty good. And we're gonna shoot this, and then we will actually set these to the side, shoot a couple of different molds, and that way we can open it, because this video I already know it's gonna be longer than what I originally wanted, just because I run my mouth. So I'm not even gonna try to damn oh yeah, we're gonna try to hurry it up, because I know it's gonna be long. You know, so it's all right. Because I might even add some more to it tomorrow before I upload it, because I'm not uploading it tonight. I'm just doing it tonight because, I mean, hell, it's almost 10 o'clock now, so I ain't gonna upload it tonight. I'm tired. I stayed up out here last night doing finishing up this order. I didn't walk out of the shop until 5:08 this morning, and then I went and laid down. I laid down about 8:30 this morning, slept about 3 hours, and been back up all day working. And believe me, I'm damn tired. You know, I worked all night Sunday, got off work Monday morning, slept for a couple hours, and been up, you know, all night long. So I'm ready to go to bed tonight and get a decent night's sleep, hopefully a decent night's sleep. I go back and work tomorrow night, but anyway, I am really hoping that that I'll get a decent night's sleep. All I'm doing here is there, because I'm actually moving these molds. They should. I just give them a couple extra minutes to sit up, and I don't know what else I want to run. Oh man, sometimes you got too much crap. Let's see what I can fit in here. I don't know if there's going to be enough plastic to fill all of those. Let me see if this is too tall. Yeah, that's too tall. Alright, what I'll do is just move this over. Because I wanted to keep the molds the same. You know what? I got one more. Oh, there. There we go. I might not be able to shoot all 4 of them, but we'll see. 2 of them's the ecto craw, one of them's the action worm, and the little mag trick worm. But honestly, I'm not worried about which one, you know, what color I use for the bottom. I'm not that terrible concerned with it. Let's see here. Let me check. Always remember, you know, I can't tell you how many times I get asked. I actually was asked it earlier today. what temperatures do I shoot my molds, like when I do laminates and stuff. And you know, maybe somebody that's watching this video haven't actually watched any of my other ones, so I'll go over it. Most of my molds I try to stay around the 315 to 325 range. I mean, yeah, I can shoot them at, you know, most of them I can shoot them at, say, 290 if I want to. Especially if I already have my injector, you know, I already did like a couple of runs through my injector, and my injector is a little warm where it won't, you know, start clogging up the barrel. I can run them about 290. I try not to run them real hot. And when I say real hot, let's see, like right now both of them was on the dot. That's very rare. Both of these was on the dot, hitting, let's see which one. All right, yeah, I want the green on ball, but no, let me think. Yeah, I want the green on ball. Anyway, both of them was hitting 327, but you got to take in account when you suck it up and that few seconds it waits, you're not going to have it still holding that exact temperature. I'm going to shoot 2 worms first. So, I mean, it don't take it long to cool off. Maybe I shot that fast enough. One thing I will say, I like the, I started feeling it trying to set up a little bit, but one thing I will say, I do like the ecto craw, but if you lollygag around and don't do it quick, your antennas won't fill in all the way, which I know I'm making you dizzy with all this moving around, but which for myself, I personally don't care if the antennas don't fill in, because sometimes I'll rip the damn antennas off. All I care about is the flappers, you know. So now doing for an order for somebody, of course I'm gonna try to make sure every flapper is and every antenna is filled in perfect. But anyway, going back to what I was talking about, when you're doing bait, especially if you get new molds, you know, I've had a lot of people message me, you know, about, like I say, just this week, about how hot I run my molds, what temperature, you know, what temperature do I laminate, and those questions are great questions. I mean, there's really not any dumb questions when it comes to that, because you know, that's what I try to do in this channel. I try to give useful information, because not everybody's going to watch every single video I post, so this one might be the first time they're watching it, but so you will see me repeat myself in these videos. But anyway, when you're laminating, you want the temperatures as close as you can get together like that. That was actually rare for both of them to be on the dot 327. I mean, that was really rare. It's not that often you'll have them on the dot like that. You might have them close. Usually I try, now if you can get them within, you know, 3 to 5 degrees of each other, that's great. I don't like them to get no more than about 10. Any more than about 10 degrees difference, you can notice a little more bleed over into the other side. Now also, that also depends on molds. There are some molds that I don't care who makes them. They are some molds out there, it's the design of the bait, but there are some molds out there that don't really laminate great. I mean, they laminate, but you don't get that crisp, clean line. But also, you got to remember, nothing in nature is perfect and straight. So honestly, I don't trip over it too much if my lines, you know, my laminates is not like perfect. I'm pretty sure just about all of the molds I have right now I can get a real crisp, clean line, you know. That ain't always the case. That ain't always the case, you know, but I'm pretty sure most of these I have now really does, you know, laminate really well. But also, you don't, the hotter your temperatures, the more, well, if you're laminating, you got your temperatures extremely hot, that's also more cause for them to bleed over into each other. And not all colors are compatible when it comes to how well they laminate. I'll tell you a tricky color for me used to be red shad, because the red and the black, I used to get a lot of bleed over in it, but then I started actually taking and doing the red side a little bit different, and I mix it up with actually I get my red color in it, but then I add a thickener. What I mean by that, I'll use a powder to thicken it up a little bit, and it actually makes the line really nice. So I started doing that, and now my red shad, the laminates on red shad is just almost perfect. Which red shad isn't a color I really fish with very often. I have used it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that color, but it isn't a color that you will see me throwing often. Now I will admit that last batch of red shad I made that was in this speed craw, I mean not speed craw, damn it, the speed worm, that was really nice. Now y'all gotta excuse me, like I say, I'm running on minimal sleep. I guarantee if you took and added it all together in my last, whew, it's gonna catch up to me one day and make me an old man before my time. But if you took and added up my last 7 days of sleep, especially in I just finished up my last 7 days in my work week, I might have had 10 to 12 hours of sleep in all 7 days, you know, solid. I don't sleep that much, even on my days off. Like tonight, I'm gonna try to take some ZQuil, and I'm really hoping to get a little bit of sleep, because I would actually like to put my boat in tomorrow and go to the water. But that really all depends on. That's really going to depend on how I sleep tonight and what tomorrow brings. I mean, every day you never know. I need to. When I wake up, I'll see how it looks. Well, I might have cooked that plastic too long. A little bit, but I'm right there at 400 on that. But that was a color I really didn't care for. I was actually trying to color match something for somebody, and only put a small batch. And the color actually was almost exactly what I'm talking about. It was really close to what they were looking for. But, you know, and I sent them a sample. But technically, it's really not. I know I'm moving you back and forth. But technically, it wasn't a color that, you know, I would be crazy about. But I'm gonna use it for the claws. Alright, and let me just unplug you. I had you plugged in because if you got a GoPro, you know these batteries are garbage. They don't last long. But I just got it in there, taking some of the bubbles out. Let it sit for a minute. And if you don't already know, you know, I build a lot of my own crap. You know, that's my vacuum chamber. This is my homemade crap. There's my homemade cooling plates. There's my little tank. It works. I'm all about doing stuff like that. Because this color right here, I think I'm gonna make the claws and that. And like I say, I know this video is gonna be long. It is what it is. And this ain't gotta be perfect. I ain't trying to get every single air bubble out. I'm just getting enough out where it ain't complete garbage. And that also help bring the temperature down a little bit. Cause right there at 400. And bait plastics, you know, I've had a lot of people ask me about bait plastics as far as handling heat. Bait plastics actually does really well. And I know you can see all that smoke from when I blow that. Honestly, when I'm doing the videos, I only run this fan right here. Any other time, I wear my little mask. I have that wide open. I have a fan. I put this one up, but I have another fan that I usually have in here. But so I'm taking one for the team. It's probably gonna kill me one day, but I need to just quit being so damn stubborn and you know, really fire up the fan, because I don't think it really shows up that bad on camera. All right, this right here don't take nothing, so I mean, honestly, I wish there was something else I felt like pouring it. I really don't. Anyway, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna make one batch of these claws. If they turn out, hopefully they turn out right. Man, but anyway, the color actually isn't bad. I mean, you can see it's like a real dark plum. It's like a, you know, a plum apple color. It turned out pretty good. I actually wrote the recipe down just in case the gentleman I sent the sample to, you know, he might want to buy some, because I mean, I call them, you know, they're basically tire kickers. And what I mean by that ain't no disrespect to nobody, but what I mean by that, I will have I send out a lot of samples, you know, so if the person that, you know, wanted that color watching, it ain't no disrespect. It's just that I personally, I don't use it, but I do have the recipe wrote down just in case that the gentleman that I sent some of those samples to want it. I can always remake it. But if they don't, no big deal. You know how many samples I make? Probably about 5 to 8 a month. And ain't nothing wrong with that, because I've made samples that have turned out great that the person didn't want, but then I say, hey, that's a color I can sell. And honestly, that is a color I believe I could sell. It just ain't one that I would really use that much, you know, but ain't nothing wrong with it. All right, we're gonna do knock two birds out with one stone this next go around, so we can try to hurry up and knock this video out. But I need one of them molds right there, so let's come on over here and break these down and see if they are any good. This is, oh man, oh man, oh man. Now that is a damn work of beauty. I mean, that is nice. And it's funny, I ain't got no room on the rack to lay it, so I'll have to do something else with it here in a minute. Alright. Ecto craw. Yes, sir. That is a perfect. That is a perfect blend. I mean, perfect laminate. That actually is really nice. I think I will actually reuse that later, you know, that color combination. All right. And what I'll do with some of these, I might keep them. Some of these I might actually just throw them on one of them auctions on Facebook, or I might just, I tell you, a lot of times what I take and do with them is I'll throw, you know, I might throw a couple of them on the auction, but a lot of times I take these and I'll throw in a sample, you know, of some of the baits. You know, I'll throw a sample pack in with orders, and honestly that has gotten me a lot of repeat customers doing stuff like that. I'll tell you what, I like that that 3 1/4. That's that 3 1/4 H crawl. Man, I need to quit messing around and go ahead and order me another one of them molds, because it shoots really awesome. I mean, it laminates perfect. I mean, see how crisp and clean that is? Very nice. Oh, what I need to do is, I guess, get a bigger but, and that's a jam up color combination. What I need to do is get another, one day get a bigger dual injector. I know there's a new company, I cannot remember the name, into manufacturing or something like that. I can't remember, so don't quote me on it, but I know they have a I've seen that they have a new style, well, I say a new style, but anyway, it's a new company I hadn't heard of until here recently. And I've seen a lot of people posting their products, and their products actually look really good. So, you know, I think they have a bigger dual injector. So, you know, maybe I need to just invest in one of them, try it out, and do a review on it. You know, I bought, you know, I have a single from Bass Tackle, which is great. I have a single from that actually, let me get where you can see it, them claws right there in that color actually. Now I take it back, that color, you know, I said wasn't for me at first, because I only shot that color in a worm, but try to get where you can see, but I honestly think that color would be freaking amazing in just the crawl bait by itself, you know. So yeah, so I take that back. That might be a color I would use. Like I say, I shot it in that I shot it in my big ribbon tail, and I was like, it looks all right, but you know, I wasn't crazy about it. But after seeing it in the actual, how it looks in these claws, I do like that, and I think I will remelt that down, not on video of course, I'll do it later. And I'll probably make me some, try to get where you can see. Probably make me some crazy crawls or something with it. I do like how they done this little line, you know, this little piece in the middle, you know, a little bridge, whatever you want to call it, you know, that connects the claws. That is a really good anchor point. and the claws, you will not have them rip out, you know, that easy. You know, especially if you're doing different color claws on some molds and you have a connection point. If you don't have your temperature high enough, they can come unbuttoned. But with this right here, how that is, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. Usually stuff like this I oil up a little bit, but I figured I could get this slid back in, and it looks like it ain't that bad. So, you know, I'll probably, hopefully that's lined up right. And I'll probably because I'm gonna do the stick bait and that in the same color, all but the tips. Like, I already loaded up 10 of these, and we'll see what that looks like. I'm gonna pause you for a minute. I'm gonna figure out what color I'm gonna put to that. Once I got the plastic ready, we'll come back, see how it looks, and we will wrap this video up so it ain't 2 hours long. Alright. I chose a color a little bit different than what I originally, I already had some cut up that I was gonna use, but then I changed my mind. I do that a lot, actually. I went with a color. Let me see what temperature I got. I went with a completely different color than what I had in mind. I don't think it's going to take a complete full thing, but let me get you an angle. Make sure that's I shot that a little fast, but it's alright. For that stick bait mold right there, those stick baits, honestly, they like to be shot a little bit slower than that. I forgot right there until I was about midway going. Now the ecto craw, you know, I was shooting it fast because you need to shoot it fast to get the antennas to feel properly. So when I stepped over to this one, I was still going fast, and hopefully we didn't mess any of them up. Like I say, you got to learn your sweet spot on your molds. The stick bait mold shoots amazing, but it does real good at shooting slow, versus the ecto craw shoots really good. It does better shooting fast. You know, every mold is going to have its sweet spot. The BTS ring swim baits, I know that one is probably the slowest shooting mold I have. You have to really like put it in granny low and just slow, because if you shoot it fast, I mean, they'll be all right for you to fish with, but they'll just it don't like it. Anyway, some require fast, some require slow. I just stuck these, I moved those over here, and I started just sticking them up there. And the reason I went ahead and broke all these down up here is, instead of doing them like this, because for example, you see this bottom rack, it's filled up almost to right there, and that's 500 baits. Actually 528 to be exact, to right there. So I wouldn't have had enough, doing them like that, I wouldn't have had enough room for 1,500 baits. So that's why I chose to, I did the bottom layer, but those single colors, I went ahead and broke down and put them in them pans, because I have a ton of those pans, so I just done them that way. But anyway, that I'm glad I done that. I wish I would have done that sooner as far as putting these shelves in. That is so much man, so much better. And the way that system works, I can always buy another shelf and add one. I mean, I started out with 2 of them, now I got a third one, and I just keep my bags and stuff on top. Anyway, these ain't gonna take long. Let's see, I don't know if I showed you, but the color was almost like a, shaking around, almost like a, not really black, but it's got a, it's kind of like a bronze brown, you know, pearl with black in it, and then it's got some red and copper flake in it. Little bit of medium black flake mixed in, so when you get to those areas that's translucent, you can see it. You know, because like thin areas, I got some made over here, matter of fact, but thin areas like the tail of the speed worm, you will have, you know, it'd be real translucent, and you can see that black flake pop out. Anyway, that there, and like I say, I'm not gonna upload this video until tomorrow, so I might even, I don't know yet, because man, I've been promising forever about doing open pores, because right now all I got is, and I've been looking at other open pore molds, but I cannot find something that really pops, you know what I mean? I like swim bait molds, but I was looking for a open pore unique, you know, bait. I found a couple that looks okay, but I'm trying to find something that I might would use, and swim baits, I use them, so I mean, I still might consider just getting a few of those 4-inch from Angling AI. You know, they're pretty good looking baits. You can do a lot with them, plus I mean, that's something I would use. I was wanting to find like a creature style bait, or not just a creature, but like a craw or something like that, but something I would use, you know what I mean? I don't want no flipping bait that I won't use but will look good. I mean, don't get me wrong, that ginger bait, the ginger ninja or something like that, that Angling AI have now, that bait right there would be awesome as far as what you can make with it. I know I could make some awesome crap that would just blow my mind, but I don't think I would ever even use that bait, because I'm not a flipper. I don't punch heavy mats. I've done it a couple times. It's just not my cup of tea. You know, it's just not my cup of tea. But if I was gonna flip mats and stuff like that, I could use my large H craw or even my punch craw and do the same thing. That actually turned out really, I'm almost speechless, and that I'm trying to lay it back in there, and that don't happen too often, because you know, once I get started talking. But that color right there with those pink, real hot pink fire tips actually turned out really damn good. Okay, moment of truth. Man, that actually, man, I'm impressed. It makes me wish I would have went ahead and loaded up the other mold and shown, because that's actually pretty nice. All right, let's see what this old ecto gonna look like. That's actually, like I say, that color I wasn't sure about, but man, that color as far as the claws, dude, I don't know. I'm hoping the camera will show you what I'm, like, really show you what I'm looking at. I mean, that is, I like the damn, it was like a plum apple or something like that color that I had matched up, but like, I didn't really like it, you know. I made it in the I actually made it in my ribbon tail, and that color didn't pop to me, you know. I said I don't like that, you know. I said I really don't. But man, I think that would be something serious in a crawl. Anyway, I'm gonna get these hung up, let them sit overnight. I'm gonna upload this video tomorrow, which tomorrow will be Wednesday. Damn, it's almost 10:30. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this off, and like I say, I might throw a little quick bonus clip in there, or I might not. It just really depends on how long this is when I get to the end of it. But anyway, this is, I hope you learned something. If you got any questions, I know we didn't like get crazy and fire up some fresh plastic, build some awesome colors. You know, I had so much stuff already melted down from this long week I've had, and like I say, I try to break these videos down and explain stuff, you know, best I can. So anyway, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see more content, I mean, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know, share it on your social media outlets. You know, you can find us on Facebook under Tall Tales Custom Tackles. You can always contact me if you want to send a message to my personal page under Eric Gilly. On Instagram, you know, under Tall Tales Custom Tackles. And you know, and I try to respond to every single comment that I get here. You know, unless you just say, hey, good work or something like that. You know, if you ask a question or something like that, I try to respond to everybody if I see it. There has been a couple that I didn't see, and I went back and saw it weeks later, you know. So anyway, I do appreciate if you got a comment, you need help, if you just want to say something, feel free. You know, I try to respond. Thank you, and we will catch you next time.